Hi, folks, lovers and haters. How y'all doing? What's going on with you? Manipulator in chief? Hope you're doing good. Hang on a second. Before I go any further, folks, I want to show you that my daughter is not around. It's very important for me to do this. So this is moi. Hello, hi. So this is my office right here, and it's just only me, myself, and I. My princess is asleep as it's late in the night today, the night of March 15th. So today, folks, welcome. This is Life Abuse. I want to talk about something different today, which is nature abuse. Okay. So before I go any further, I have my little princess Bible here, right here, that I would like to read to flesh out other things right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the book of Leviticus. It's gonna be Leviticus chapter 11. Okay, so to hear what the holy book says regarding food. So, Leviticus chapter 11, verse number 3 says, "You may eat any animal that has split hooves, completely divided, and chew the cud. Some animals only chew the cud or only have split hooves. Don't eat these animals." So I'm not gonna go further, because the whole chapter of Leviticus is about food laws that God gives us as human beings. So it goes on and talk about what animals that has split hooves, divided hooves, and chew the cud, which are clean, that we are to eat, such as cows and goats and so forth. And what animals that does not chew the cud and does have divided hooves, that those are not clean. So I'm not here today to teach about what we should eat and what we should not eat. That's not my business to teach today. However, I'm just going to flesh out some other things right there. I think that the Bible will be helping us to give us an overview. Okay? So Genesis 1, verse number 29 says, "God said, look, I have given you all plants that have grain for seeds, and I have given you all the trees whose fruits have seeds in them. There will be food for you." I'm going to end there. So today, folks, I understand that some, I'm not going to offend anybody because, hey, I got followers on my YouTube channel and also on my Facebook platform, followers from all over the world. So I'm not going to, offend people with what to eat and what not to eat. That's not my teaching or my business for tonight. So my business for tonight is about the nature abuse and hypocrisy around it. Okay. So, as a meat lover, I'm not gonna be hypocritical and say that, or excuse me, I'm against people that are not meat lovers. No, people have their own opinions, and they decide to live their own lives, right? So the only business that I have is hypocrisy around things. So some people are vegan, which I understand, and some people are just vegetarians, and because of a culture or because of some personal preferences, they just don't want to eat animals, they just want to eat vegetables, and that's perfectly fine. And some people, they are just meat lovers like myself. I eat kosher food. Kosher, food. We know what the definition of food, because we know it's kosher, it's clean, right? So, as of Leviticus chapter 11. So, I'm not gonna be blaming people that are not eating, meat, and I'm not going to be condoning such eating, and not eating vegetables. That's not, my problem. And I'm not going to be dissing anybody. I'm here to love and support everybody, right? The problem that I am flushing out is hypocrisy and also the nature abuse. So, back where I came from, I'm so privileged that I came from a country where I was able to see the nature. I was able to see wild animals. I was able to see tame animals as well growing up and stuff like that. I was able to see cows, growing up, and I was able to learn how to milk the cow to get some milk, fresh milk from the cows. I was able to see how animals mate and how they give birth to their own children, and so forth, vice versa. With life and whatever. So I consider myself privileged as a little girl playing with my friends back then, back in the days, we'll be taking chickens eggs, and when the chickens are laying eggs, we'll be taking that, and stuff like that. It was, at that time we're not understanding as kids, right? So but now I do understand and value life more. So yeah, I was able to see such things growing up. I'm very much privileged that God is a very smart God that even the nature understand the God, and also the nature understand the reproduction, right? I've seen animals mating, and I've seen animals giving birth, such as cows. Cows have a similar reproduction as human beings. Female cows has a reproduction similar to human beings. Cows go through monthly periods as well as human beings, like females, and their monthly periods are called oestrus. I've seen a cow being on monthly periods. I've seen a cow giving birth. I've seen a cow being milked, and I've seen other animals as well, goats and sheep and lambs and chickens and whatever you name them. And how they take care of their children. So if I was live today, I would have shown you some case study, some video as a case study, but that's going to be shown down the line, some other time. So it goes to show that God is a very genius. He's a genius. He's all-knowing. That even the nature understand the nature. The nature understand the God's protocol, right? And also when we look at plants as well. They also have a reproduction, folks, right? So also plants have a process whereby they grow. They need, the process is called photosynthesis, where plants survive by water and sunlight. So I know that some of y'all folks are vegetarian and some are vegan and what's not, and some people don't want to eat meat. I understand that. They just want to eat plants. That's okay. What becomes a problem right there is hypocrisy. Dissing each other. If somebody's not eating meat, then dissing those who eat meat, and those eat meat, be dissing those who don't eat meat and stuff like that. How about we love one another in this beautiful earth? So I lived in a country where I'm from a cultural background where the slaughtering of animals such as cows, chicken, goats is not an abuse. We do the slaughtering for ceremonies like wedding, funeral, or some cultural event, and that's okay in my view, because in my culture it's not an abuse to slaughter a cow for a certain ceremony. However, in other countries out there, I'm not going to mention names because my other followers are from different parts of the world, and I don't want to say anything that's offensive to anybody, because I love y'all, okay, with all my heart. So I understand some of y'all folks don't eat, such animals like cows, and because the cow is holy and all that. And some people out there are eating, such animals such as cats, bats, and what's not, and that's perfectly fine for you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna diss nobody. Against the nature abuse. Um, yeah, because some people will be going to the sea and be fishing, and not fish to eat, but fish to abuse an animal, which is not right. And I have seen some people as well abusing animals such as dogs. No animals deserve such an act. All right. So we live in a beautiful planet that everybody, including animals, we need love, we need care, and stuff like that. So yeah, I had privilege when I was in Africa, to hunt. I did not need a license to do so, but I did recognize though some people doing such things as poaching of animals, which is not right. We need animals, okay, to beautify our land, our world. So this part of the world, you need a license to hunt, which is perfectly fine. I'm gonna get a hunting license someday soon, so that I go get my moose and my deer and my caribou and my and all that 9 yards. I love hunting, and yeah, and also driving in Newfoundland. I have been very careful that I don't want to get into or bump into a deer or a caribou or moose or what's not. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a road star, baby. Okay, I'm a road star, and I never cause no accident of crashing no vehicle or bumping into anybody, and stuff like that. I'm a very safe driver, okay? So I make sure that I don't bump to no moose and no deer and what's not. So we don't have deers back home. However, we do have springboks, which looks similar to a deer, or caribou. No, it's not a deer. Caribou looks familiar with springbok and stuff like that. So I had privilege back home to hunt and stuff like that, and with friends. And yeah, I'm looking forward to get my hunting license in Newfoundland. So yeah, folks, let us love nature out there, and take care of our planet. Because we need our nature out there. We need plants. We need animals. We 7 billions of people out there in the whole world need to survive, need animals. We need those goats, we need those chicken, those we need steak, we need, some of us need, some of us want pork and stuff like that. So we need food. So let's take care of our animals, and let's beautify our land, and be caring, and not abuse the nature, and not abuse no animal, and survive this beautiful planet that is consisting of over 7 billion of people. Need animals, for survival. Need plants, also for survival, to eat, and also to decorate our world today. So yeah, so it's just hypocrisy around things. So there was a cultural ceremony back home. I was there was back in the days, and we received a complaint, actually. It was it a wedding? I cannot remember, folks, what was the cultural event. However, there was a police report, not a report, but calling us and saying that, they received a complaint against our family from somebody who called them and said, oh, well, these people are abusing animals. And the police are like, Okay. As if, it's something new. So the African people in my culture, slaughtering a cow or a goat or a chicken, for a cultural event is not an abuse. Uh, uh, it's not an abuse anyway in Africa because we have cultural events in stuff like that, and slaughtering a cow or a chicken or a goat or a lamb or it's not an abuse at all because we are to go about our business as ceremonies and stuff like that, and also we are to slay and eat, right? So that's not an abuse. So some people out there will be slaying other animals not to eat but to abuse, which is understandable, which could be reported, which is abuse of nature, which is not right. However, some other cultures out there don't do such a thing. A cow is holy, and that's understandable. And then, I'm not here to diss anybody, but it's just the hypocrisy around things. Because my question to that lady, was that, excuse me, ma'am, do you eat beef? It's like, yeah, I eat beef. I'm like, okay. Do you eat chicken? It's like, yeah, I eat chicken. I love my chicken. I'm like, oh, okay. So the problem is around the slaughtering. Oh, do you prefer going to a butcher and buy chicken and buy goat or buy cow rather than slaughtering? It's like, yes, I would rather go to a butcher than to slaughter because that's an animal abuse. And I'm like, to me, there was such hypocrisy right there because, it does not matter how the animal was killed, such as a cow or chicken. It was killed. She's eating cow. She's eating goat. She's eating, chicken. She's eating whatever. However, she was against the slaughtering, which is to me hypocrisy. You know what I'm saying? So I understand some people out there are like, killing animal for the sake of being so, wicked and cruel to such animals and stuff like that. That's not right. I've seen some people being abusive to dogs and in cats and in whatever, right? So let us not be hypocritical about things, and let us not abuse any nature, because at the end of the day, folks, the nature beautify our world, and also we need some other animals for a survival. Some people need meat, some people need goats, some people need chicken, some people need lamb, some people need pork, some people need just vegetable to survive. So let us love our world, let us protect our nature. This is Brie, by the way, who loves you with all her heart. Stay tuned, and I will see you in the next video. We live at very difficult times in our world these days, where good is bad and where bad is good, where good people like you and I have been oppressed by the evildoers, and where evildoers have been endorsed by the devil to oppress good people like you and I. Do you know why they hate us? Because we got God by our side, and we have truth, and the truth is of God. Let me communicate something to you, evildoers. What's this for? For what? For money? We shall all leave money behind the grave. Shame on you, evildoers. To good people out there, people of God who stand by truth, who has truth and light of God, I want to leave you with a word of encouragement that is found on the book of Isaiah 54:17. That says, no weapon formed against you will prosper, and you will condemn every tongue that rises against you in judgment. Guess what? We will judge the evildoers. Any tongue that is rising against us right now, at judgment day, we shall condemn. I love you, good people. Let's stand for what's right. Let's stand for truth, because truth has power to do one thing, to set us free. I love you with all my heart. This is Bree. Stay tuned.